grade social studies students. Welcome back. It's Friday. The DLD Show. Look what I got behind me, a volcano. You've made it through your first week of digital learning. Who knows how long this is going to last? It's going to be for a minute anyway. So we are glad that you're with us. We are really proud of those of you that have done everything that you needed to do. If you haven't yet, make sure you go back and complete the assignments for the week, and you make sure that you post all of those things, okay, on all of the different million-dollar questions. Next week, just to give you a heads up, okay, the format is going to change a little bit. Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be lesson days, right, where we're going to do new content on the DLD Show. Thursday will be like a quiz day where we're going to assess you. And Friday is now going to be like a catch-up day. It's a day where you have a chance to do the assignments throughout the week in your various classes to make sure that you have ample opportunity that's not rushed to be able to get your work done and complete those assignments, okay, in all of your classes. Make sure that you're doing that. Good job to those of you that are right on top of it. Also next week, we will be going to the discussion boards. Instead of replying underneath posts on the activity feed, we'll be opening up discussion boards where you can reply to each other's posts. A lot of you have said, where's Mr. Edwards on the DLD Show? Well, he's coming Monday. He's going to be here to tell you all about how we're going to do those discussions. I can't wait to have the Teacher of the Year, Mr. Edwards, here. But now, before we get to the quiz, okay, it's quiz day. Okay, you'll see that the code is posted. It's a 12-question quiz. There is one constructed response. I want to just take a moment to go over some of the answers to the million-dollar questions real quick. You know, kind of sum them up. You should listen to this and just sort of think about it. Maybe go back and review your PowerPoints and then go and take the quiz. The first million-dollar question compared the Georgia and the U.S. constitutions. And your answers were very good, a lot of you there. They're very similar. They really, really are. They both have a preamble. They both have articles. They both have a Bill of Rights. They both have a section that talks about amendments. The only differences are, first, the number of articles. The Georgia one has 11, and the United States Constitution has 7. The Georgia has the Bill of Rights at the beginning in the first article, where in the United States Constitution, it comes in at the very end. Amendments in the United States Constitution are the Bill of Rights, whereas are down there in the Bill of Rights, whereas it's Article 10 in the Georgia Constitution. But they're very similar documents. They're patterned very similarly. They have the 3 branches, the separation of powers. They have a Bill of Rights. They protect a lot of the exact same rights: freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of assembly. They're very, very similar with few differences, okay? The second one was the separation of powers and checks and balances. So why was that in the government? It's to protect against tyranny. Okay, tyranny is when all of the power is in the hands of just a few people, like King George. Okay, we did not want to have another King George situation where he had all of the control. So we didn't want the power to be in the hands of just a few people because they would abuse that power. Good answers on that one. Number 3, we asked you about the requirements to vote. That you're 18, that you're a citizen, and that you're a resident of your district in Georgia. You guys thought that was pretty good. All in all, the answers seemed to kind of agree with that. There were a couple of exceptions, but all in all, you guys were in favor of that. The fourth million-dollar question asked you, why is voting both a right and a responsibility in Georgia? And you guys, once again, the responses were very strong. A lot of you indicated that it's a right because it's protected in the Constitution. So it's something that you get to do. You have a right to vote, but it's a responsibility because it's something that you should do to help society. That's the difference, right? Rights are guaranteed to you in the Constitution. Responsibilities are things that you should do. Sometimes you're forced to do them. Like paying taxes, you have to pay taxes. You have to do jury duty. Okay, you don't have to vote, but it is a responsibility to vote to make your society a better place, okay? The fifth one, wisdom, justice, and moderation. You guys kind of landed on wisdom and justice as the most important qualities of those 3 principles that are found on the flag, and I would agree. Wisdom or justice would be there for me. The sixth $1 million question was the Georgia General Assembly and just kind of what you thought about the requirements for the House, that you're 21, that you have to have been a Georgia citizen for 2 years, and that you have to have been a resident of your district for a year and a citizen. And then, of course, everything was the same in the Senate except for the age. You had to be 25. You guys thought the ages were pretty appropriate. A few of you mentioned maybe it should be older or that you should be in Georgia for longer. But for the most part, you seemed in favor of those, the way that they are today. Number 7, the last one, was great. Okay, it was great. Very interesting problems, you guys. We asked you to name a problem in Georgia, and there were problems like, they ranged all over, from air pollution to prison reform to traffic reform. You guys had brilliant ideas, and you had brilliant details that the committees would have to sort out. Remember, a committee takes a bill, and they're going to study the bill, okay, before it goes to the General Assembly for a vote. The committee is just made up of a few members of the General Assembly, and that was the 7th one of the $1 million questions. I thought that you did great, Mr. Edwards, Mr. Parr, Ms. Polycarp, and all of us. We thought you just did a great job. We cannot wait to see how this progresses next week. We go a little bit deeper. We look at the executive branch. It's going to be a lot of fun on the DLD show. So stay tuned, and now go take that quiz. Okay, you're going to do great. Maybe review the PowerPoint one time, the details, the qualifications, and I'll catch you on the interweb on Monday.
All right, so it's a catalyst. 1, 2, 3, go. Faster, faster, faster. You tapped the button. This is all.